Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Amazon exclusive 4-pack from the Avengers. And this is the new Hawkeye, which is basically the old Hawkeye, and I brought it out just to compare the two. It is literally the exact same body with a new head. Other differences include the strap for the Quiver not being included on the new one. So there's the head comparison. This one does look particularly like Jeremy Renner, just with glasses on. This one looks close enough. I think a better paint job would help, but it's definitely close enough. Oh, also, his Quiver is the updated version with the arrows in it, so that's a good thing. That's all we need to do as far as comparisons go. The paint apps are different. Quiver is still hollow, but at least it has the arrows and it actually has some paint on it, so I think that's acceptable. Other than this hollowness, it's definitely okay. The bow is still the molded plastic bow with no paint job on it, but it's okay. Nice sculpt otherwise, so that's decent. So this is fairly screen accurate. The only problem is he doesn't have the shield logo on his chest anymore in the new movie, so they didn't paint it. As you can see, he had it originally, so they painted that on there, so that was good. This one doesn't have it. It's not supposed to have that circle there at all. Otherwise, it's fairly accurate, so I'm all right with that. Paint job, it's actually got some decent paint work. They painted the zipper and the buckles, and obviously you can see the purple on there. And he's mostly gray, and he has these nice black panels on there, so looks pretty good. They painted all of the buckles down here, and the straps, and the knee pads, and the boots. Boots are lacking the paintwork a little bit. You can see the original one had it, this one doesn't, so that's kind of a bummer. But still, it's a pretty well done figure. They painted the hand thingy, whatever that's called, glove, I don't know. They painted that. So I mean, it's not the best figure in the world, especially for just being basically a repaint of the original one, but it's pretty darn good, and I like it, and I like the way they sculpted the hair, and it's just, the face is probably pretty well sculpted also. It's just those eyes aren't painted very well. But I'm really pleased with it. I think they did a good job. He stands roughly 16 centimeters, which makes him about 6¼ inches. Articulation for the head is still just that fixed ball peg because it's one of the older figures, no hinge in there, so mostly just a swivel with a little bit of play in there. Standard ball hinge shoulders, which work pretty well. Nice sculpt on the arms, by the way. I like the way they did those. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. We have the wrist hinge right there with the swivel, sculpted bow pulling back hand, bow drawing hand, I guess is what you would call it. This hand has the vertical hinge instead of the other kind, so that's okay. Nice sculpt work on there. No ab crunch. He just has this diaphragm joint, which isn't that good. It wasn't good originally and still not. It's a little bit functional. You can get some play out of it, but it's kind of ugly. You can move it side to side a little bit, so that's okay. It's really not the best joint in the world. I don't know why it doesn't have more useful range of motion. I'm not sure how they designed that, but it's not horrible, and the paint does continue up through it, so it's all right. The hips are T-jointed ball hinge hips, so full range of motion. I really wish they would go back to these ball hinges rather than the rather than this kind of hip. I don't care for that nearly as much as this. These are so much more effective. Anyway, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, full range of motion, and then the ankle goes all the way back, a little bit forward, and has the ankle rocker. So it's a really solid figure, definitely worth picking up if you are collecting the movie figures. So far we've looked at the Bruce Banner and the Hawkeye, and they're both definitely at least decent figures. So far the 4-pack is probably worthy of buying. So there it is, guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.